Have you ever been stuck in an endless back and forth with customer support? You send a message, wait for hours even, or even for days sometimes, only to get a generic robotic response that doesn't even solve your problem. Frustrating, right? You're not alone. Today, customers expect faster, more seamless resolutions, and they want them now. When they reach out via social media, uh, their expectation is that other traditional uh, form of communication has failed, maybe even your call center or your live chat. That's when they are angry and they reach out via social and they expect quick response and instant resolutions. In fact, a study found that 91% of customers will leave a brand after just one bad experience. That means for every 10 interactions, you've lost 9 customers. And unfortunately, those customers are unlikely to return. But what if I told you there's a way to cut down the journey, streamline ticket management, and provide answers your customers need right when they need them? Today, that's exactly what we'll be exploring. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our webinar on how to reduce the journey of a customer support ticket. I'm Aditya, product manager at Locobus. I'm joined by Vijay, who's the product lead here at Locobus. Vijay, it's great to have you.
I'm really excited. Thanks, Aditya. Uh, so we at Locobus, we always endeavor to ensure that we create best experiences with every conversation that we help our customers create to their customers, right? So this is an exciting topic to talk about. And then in this era where technology is looked upon as hey, this will automate everything, right? But where do we start? I think this is a great topic to actually like kickstart this conversation. So yeah, happy to be here.
Sure. So let's go through the journey of a traditional of a social media support ticket, right? So we talked about when a customer is angry and they don't get a response from other channels, they usually tend to come back to social. So imagine you're an agent and you're faced with a long list of messages that the your customers or even prospects might have written on social. Some of them might just be noise or simple queries that don't require your attention. But how do you sift through that? How do you cut through the noise of social without manually looking at each one of them? And how do you decide what even needs to be a ticket or not?
You actually used a very nice word. Actually, you described it very well. Social is very noisy, right? So social is a place which is shared space between marketing. It is shared space between the customer support, uh, and it is a space where customers generally want to express themselves. It could be more often than not is not a customer support ticket, right? So
Yeah.
here comes the actionability detection engine. Actionability detection is basically a set of rules that you tell Locobus that, hey, if a incoming message matches this criteria, that only then it is a ticket. This historically has shown us a reduction of a lot of tickets. Like sometimes when you have a ticket that is not like you're not supposed to reply, or you don't want to reply to that, you directly close it without any action. We've seen that come down with rule based engine for actionability, right? What is actionable, what is non actionable. But we understand that rules is something that you can't think of when you set up everything. You can't think of everything at the time of setup,
Right.
right? So
Yeah.
we've also come up with actionability detection, which is AI based now. So all the rules that you have set, it will catch whatever it can, but the things that couldn't, it was not caught by your imagination of rules. AI is here to help you to catch those and then segment. What Locobus does, it goes through every incoming message, it categorizes it, it analyzes for sentiment, and then it recognizes the pattern of what have you been historically replying to, and then it annotates what is actionable, what is non-actionable. Whatever actionable becomes a ticket, and then we'll then look for the right person to answer this. Now let me just quickly share my screen, and uh, and let me share my screen and show you what's what's the volume look like, right? So I'm in all mentions tab, right? This is where in Locobus you get to see all the incoming messages. Here we have already segmented it to user activity, brand activity, and in user activity you can see the quantum difference of actionable versus non-actionable. In social, many times, if you're a very, very popular brand, many things that comes to you is actually not actionable. Now, imagine if you don't have something like this, you have to go through close to 4,000 tickets, right? You may be perhaps replying to thousand of it, just one fourth of it, right? Thereby, in a way, you're theoretically reducing 75% of the time taken to get to the tickets that are important, right? This is the first leg where you can really shrink the life cycle of a particular of a ticket.
Perfect. So now that we know that, whether this is a ticket or not, and, this requires your attention, again, we need to make sure that they're handled by the right person. Customer service, again, I like to quote Vijay, customer service is a team sport. And in any customer support team, you need to make sure the right ticket lands with the right agent based on their particular expertise. So, like, let's assume like Jasprit Bumrah is coming in to, chase down a target, or Virat Kohli is coming in to bowl at the death. That's not what they're experts at, right? So likely in this way, an agent should be able to should have those tickets assigned to them that is his expertise and he needs to solve them. So how do Vijay, can you quickly share how do we at Locobus ensure that's exactly what happens even before you log into your screen?
Absolutely. Right. So agents are such an important piece of the customer support puzzle, right? And these are the guys who are the movers and shakers. They're the ones who are creating these experiences every interaction. And these are they have a peculiar skill that they can actually employ to each interaction or each type of customers they encounter, right? So here at Locobus, you can set up skill based routing. Your skill could be language that you speak. That is the most common denominator, right? In India, there are companies who do language based routing, because people also talk on social in Hindi. Sometimes in down south, people have various languages that they also talk. They use those languages on brand social pages, and you need to have a specialist agent who knows that language and do that. AI is helping that in a way, from translation, translate in and translate out. But sometimes a cultural nuance would really help. Again, you have skill basis the line of business. Somebody may be great at handling payment related issues. Somebody may be great at Instagram DMs. Somebody may be somebody may be just too good engaging with customers, not just for customer support, but saying thank you, saying all the positive, or replying to just positive stuff, or fan engagement. Like these kind of skills, once identified, you can ensure the system that you use will send those conversations to just that specific people. This We also have something called as a round robin, right? Round robin, basically what it does, it in a large scenario, it ensures that, let's say you have 15, you have 25 agents who are working in your team, maybe across multiple shifts. But ability to smartly route is not just getting to know or trying to find the right person. It's also about distributing the work equally. Like, for example, let's say Aditya is an expert at a particular subject, and unfortunately for his bad luck that day, there are about 100 tickets. It's not wise to dump 100 tickets on Aditya just for that day. It's also about availability. It's also about how quickly we are able to get to at least respond to a customer with an FLR, right? So those are the kind of strategies that we employ using our software, so that our clients can execute their customer customer support operations on social media quite effectively.
Perfect. I think thanks for summing that up, Vijay. Right. So at the ticket journey stage, let's say right now, we discussed how the ticket is assigned to an agent, right? Now, how will the agent experience? So let's say you mentioned that I have 100 tickets for that particular day. How do I go about prioritizing, like what will my experience be like in prioritizing which tickets to reply first, which tickets to focus on? I know I have 100 tickets to reply, but then yeah, exactly, how do I go about deciding which ones to tackle and in what order?
Fantastic. I've just switched on my screen another tab where I've filtered to all the tickets that are assigned to me. As you can see, you can actually like have priority based sorting. So you can set up rules for what is a priority. There are various strategies we see our customers use, starting from if it's an influencer, high priority. If it is negative and the ticket length is more than 15 messages, then high priority. We've also seen when a government body is tagged
Yeah,
in a ticket, it suddenly becomes medium to high priority, right? So these are the strategies that people use. It's not just government body. Sometimes the CEO is tagged. You want it to be treated as quickly as possible, attended to as quickly as possible, or even routed to the more experienced agent, right? So you can sort this right here. One more thing, this is something new that we have done, right? So in Locobus you can also identify that, hey, there are all of these tickets. Where is this happening? Because social is such a place. It's not unlike email. It's not happening in one person's inbox. It's not your WhatsApp where it is a one-on-one communication. It looks like a one-on-one communication. We make it look like that because it's a customer support, it's a one-on-one relationship, but it's really happening in the public arena. You would now, it will be helpful for agents to locate that where is this happening. You see an yellow band, it is happening in a public domain. You see a blue band, it is a comment on something that a brand may have put forth. Then you also have a purple band which looks at saying, hey, this is something private, right? It really gives the agent it tells the agent that, hey, where is this happening. It gives them a kind of a situational awareness, and yeah, from there they can actually like pick their tickets and
or they can
yeah.
actually they can pick their fights. Like you can probably focus on the ones that are talking negatively about you in public first, then uh, dealing with your DMs. Not saying
Yeah.
that's the right strategy, but that can be one way to go about it.
Yeah, and we have a lot of sorting. Like this is the default sorting mechanisms, but you can even sort this based on followers. You can sort this based on create date, modified date. You have a lot of these capabilities that you can use to sort these tickets, and you can go ahead from there. Yep. Now this is the smart listing, right? But we talk about a subject where you want to reduce the time between ticket create date and close ticket create time and close time. There in pursuit of that, there will be a lot of tickets that shouldn't or will not even reach an agent. So me as an agent would never see that in my open tickets, right? So that is something very powerful. So how we do that? We do that using workflow automations, where you can set up rules and use AI to actually reply to a conversation where let's say that conversation is a question that is usually asked. It's like a frequently asked question, and every time an agent, if he receives that, would use the same template or would use a similar knowledge base to answer that. That can be easily automated. By doing this, you can actually like reduce about 25 to 30% of your requests, depending on uh, how well you have built your knowledge base. You can really do that very, very well. Yeah.
Right. So we saw one use case where you can set up a workflow for frequently asked questions, and the AI can automatically respond and close that ticket. Right. There can also be some instances where you don't want the AI to close a ticket and handle it end to end, but you just want AI to do the groundwork and prep it up for an agent to take it forward.
Yeah.
Vijay, over to you to show that.
Now that's such a common denominator of a use case, right? So
Yeah.
every time in social, what happens is the first problem that you have is to identify who the customer is. Many times you're speaking to that customer for the first time, and you can have a workflow which will ask the customer about a certain details. For example, in this example, we are asking for a phone number, but it could be anything, right? It could be an email address, it could be a customer ID, it could be a PNR number, any such thing, because that's how you can actually start solving for that ticket. Otherwise, up until then, you're trying to get details to ensure service recovery. You're just ensuring that I have every requisite details to begin the service recovery, right? Or trying to take the service request. So you can automate the prepping of the ticket until it reaches an agent, like asking for a phone number. You can have it as a continuous conversation where you can ask for email address, phone number, and then ask a follow-up question to get some more information perhaps. All of this is something which is possible using workflow automation. Get what you can also do in Locobuzz, right? Sometimes it happens that a customer has a question, you reply back, but the customer did not find the time to reply back to you. In Locobus, you can also use features like auto follow up. It will follow up twice, thrice, at a desired frequency, and only upon no response, we auto close the ticket. Now, all of this is an autonomous operation. Agent isn't involved at all, right? And let's say the customer comes back maybe a week later, we reopen the same ticket. So you not have in your counts of how many tickets to do today, if a customer is unresponsive, that is something that is not going to bother you until he comes back again, right? So those are the functionalities that you could use, right? So this is where you can actually like start the service recovery, right? Now customer support is a multiplayer game. It's not just the social agent who's going to start working on that. Adi, you want to speak some words on that?
Sure. So it can also be, we've talked about how you can save time through automating your repeated queries, right? And we've talked about smart routing. But even if you ensure that the ticket reaches the right agent, there sometimes may be a case where an agent requires help from some of their team members, maybe some of their superiors to help them resolve a ticket, right? And it's really inconvenient and time consuming if you need to use different platforms or different interfaces to collaborate as two teammates working on the same ticket. So that's also something that can be done inside Locobus. And Vijay, would you like to take us through that? How can
Absolutely.
two
Absolutely.
teammates, two teammates of the same, trying to resolve the same ticket, one teammate trying to ask the other for help? How do we handle that in Locobus?
the the best experience for doing this is having all your team members who would support, like who would come together to collaborate for to solve a case on the same platform. Locobus offers you that capability where L2, L3, L4 teams are also part of the Locobus workflow, so that we can hand off work and also like take inputs from the back office, so and solve for the ticket faster. Right here, where you can, the conversation is now not scattered among WhatsApp groups or emails or
Or
Excel
even
sheets.
yeah.
Yeah, Slack, many such tools, right? So that's where it's not the best idea. And there are peculiar cases where it is necessary for your back office to work on an other system which has a specialist use case. But in most often than not, we are we're talking to somebody to get some updates. That update is, we need to open a communication channel, and if it's better if they're on if they're also on locobus, right? In locobus you can actually like escalate a conversation, and the conversation now goes to your L2 L3 teams, and all they have to do is reply to that ticket as a note. So you get their note as a this thing, and then you can as here you can actually see. And then let's say it's a long conversation, there's multiple things, even your L2 teams, they can actually use the features such as ticket summary and other things, so that they can get up to speed for whatever has happened so far in that particular ticket, right? For example, for this one, I can go into the timeline summary and see what's been the update from various people who may have touched this ticket or tried to help me solve for this. I have a note from my L2 team that the refund will be processed within a week. I can use this information to form a response. So this, without having this in the same workflow, you will waste a lot of time that you can't even count, right? You're
You can
scrambling
see
through
that
different.
this
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can see that this ticket has been open for like 2 months.
Yeah.
So to scroll through the entire, context, this just gives you a quick overview of what you need to know. Just a concise summary. If you like to know the timeline of the summary as to when the events took place, gives you all the necessary information to maybe take further action, get back to the customer, close the ticket, and so on. Once you have looked at the summary, you can also go ahead and reply to that particular ticket, right? We have
Yeah.
something called as an agent assist, where we have response genie, where we again use your AI knowledge base that we talked about earlier uh, to help your agent articulate your response faster. And again, that cuts down, like over a significant number of tickets, that cuts down your tat by a lot, the agent not having to think and type and all of that. So yeah,
All right.
great. So
So
sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
now, this is when your L2 team is also using locobus, but we understand in many places you have a CRM which houses a lot more details about your customer. It actually houses the relationship that you have with your customer. It knows what it is, perhaps that one place that houses everything that you know about that customer, right? And your back office team will naturally work from that interface, work out of that data, and many times they will trigger a workflow on those platforms. So it is necessary for you to hand off this ticket to your CRMs, right? In locobus, we've we've built multiple integrations with all the popular CRMs, and it's not just ability to push tickets in this conversation where uh, yeah, this is me. Right, I've just tried to depict a scenario where I want to renew my insurance policy. An automation asked for a phone number. The phone number, the customer actually gave the phone number. The phone number was automatically picked up by locobus, right? Let me go ahead and copy this. Now I want to now push this ticket to CRM so that they can do their work of maybe sending me an invoice or other things. I can go into the CRM tab. Let me, the customer has given me a 10-digit number. I still don't know if the right number or other things. I can go ahead and test this out here. And with that, I can actually like get to know who this customer is basis phone number, right? Now I can go ahead and create a case. I can go ahead and fill out all the details. There could be several details that a CRM would require, most details is automatically filled because Locobus already has that information. And there are opportunities for agents to add their notes or maybe apply some more knowledge to have some more classifications and some more data. And now the L2 team, which usually is the service recovery team, gets a comprehensive information about their work to do. And from there they can really fast track, they can accept these requests in a very organized way, and then operate very well. Now, it's not that once we have sent it to CRM, you don't have to follow up over an email to your CRM team or call them or ask in a WhatsApp group or even look up a Excel sheet for the same. Whenever there is a note added in your CRM or the status has been moved from, let's say, open to resolved, Locobuzz recognizes that and moves the statuses here and notifies the agent who's been assigned this there's a pending action, so that you can give a closure response to the customer, right? So we've discussed a lot of uh, uh, a lot of capabilities from a technology perspective that can really reduce the really shrink the life cycle of a customer support ticket, especially on social, right? We spoke about actionability detection, which really cuts down number of conversations that you may want to handle, right? So it detects which is actionable, which is of high priority, so you can get through the tickets very quickly. We spoke about uh, smart routing, so be it finding a specialist to answer or be it ability to distribute the work among the team that we have. And we then spoke about uh, automation, where the tickets are automatically getting solved for those frequently asked questions and other things. And we also spoke about using the same technology for preparing a ticket, right, ripening the ticket enough so that an agent can now come in and apply their intelligence on what to do next. We also spoke about how to hand off conversations within Locobuzz in to other team members. And then we also spoke about how you can hand off work even if they're sitting in another system, usually in a CRM, and how the sync happens, right? So just wanted to summarize that. Adi, over to you.
Sure. Thank you so much, Vijay, for summing that up. Actually, actually, every second that you shave off the ticket journey, you're not just improving your, let's say, your operational efficiency, but you're actually creating a more satisfying experience for your customers. And remember, we talked about the fact that 91% of your customers will leave you after a single bad experience. So today, optimizing this ticket journey isn't a luxury anymore; it's a necessity. And with the right tools, you can not only retain your customers but also build loyalty among your customers. The more, like, the quicker you provide a resolution, the more trust you gain among your customers, right? So perfectly summed up, Vijay. And
Yeah,
yeah, I think with that we've come
I
to the
wanted
end
to
of
add
our
one
webinar.
more. Adi, I wanted to add another point, right? Now, all of
Go ahead.
this, um, all of this tactics, if I were to put it in such a way, when you practice this over and over again, it really becomes a discipline. And we feel this discipline is really important, especially for a social media customer care, because it's not a predictable it's not a predictable work, right? So there could be a great day, there could be not so great day, there could be something not so pleasant may happen, and that can really start flooding your inboxes, right? So how, if you have this discipline set of using this these tactics and using these technologies in the right way, you can really weather those small peaks and valleys. You can really look at your operations very predictably, right? So I think this really helps it's definitely is super helpful in the short run, but it really builds a consistency and a predictability to your operations, so that you can forecast how many people do I need on a Friday night, how many people do I need uh, on in the week of 25th to 2nd January, right? So this is something you can have, and then it's if it's not too late, this is the time to employ AI to cut those peaks and uh, uh, surges in your tickets, right? So this is something that I wanted to put forth.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we showed you just a couple of instances of how you can utilize AI to, reduce your or shave off your ticket ticket times. But if you want to learn more about how Locobus can, help you reduce the journey of your ticket, feel free to reach out to us. We are here to answer any questions you have. And thank you, Vijay, for your time today. And thank you again, everyone, for joining in. And we look forward to helping you elevate your social media support journey. And we'll continue to shape experiences one interaction at a time. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Have a nice evening. Bye bye.